Hey here, hey here. You all come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to do it. Time to get it. Time to get into it. Let's just hear what is about to be shared. You all come on. Make sure you tag, share, and invite. Tag, share, and invite. Okay? Tag, share, and invite. Y'all come on. It's 12 o'clock. I say this all the time. 12 o'clock is the only time. What's going on there? Praying and trusting all is well with you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. 12 o'clock is the only time, and I say it on a regular basis, that the hands are straight up. It's the only time. Hey, I love you more, D. I love you. Brother Joe, Sister Viv, I'm praying for you all, trusting that all is well, which I know that it is. Know that it is. Good afternoon, Joe. Give your mom my love. Sister Viv, both of y'all do good. Y'all get up, make it do what it be, do what it do. Great. Good afternoon. Praying and trusting that you're well. Praying and trusting that you're doing well. As I say, Amanda, good to see you. Good afternoon. Give the family my love. Praying and trusting all is well. Tell Tobias, tell him I said happy birthday once again. I gave him a shout out. Give the family my love. To all of you all, I say it on a regular basis once again. 12 o'clock is the only time that the hands are straight up. It's the only time the hands are straight up. Bro, JJ, miss you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Trusting all is well. Love you, bro. Keita, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. 12 o'clock is the only time that the hands are straight up. There you go, Gway. I need everybody to do me a favor right now. Right now. Right now. Lift those hands. Lift those hands up and tell God thank you. Why? Because you owe it to him. Can we go old school with it? Testimony service right quick. Woke me up this morning. Clothed me in my right mind. Gave me use and activities of all of my limbs. While the blood is yet still running warm in my veins, I have to tell him thank you. If you can lift your hands up, you can get up. To my daughter Sakithia, praying and trusting all is well with you. Hey, y'all, they have gotten off to a great start. You owe it to them. If you can lift your hands up, you can get up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Quick memo. What's going on? Doesn't matter how your day started negatively. If it has something that's transpired, it doesn't matter. Lift those hands up. If you can lift them, whatever you're dealing with, the situation will turn and it's beginning to work in your favor. Lifting of the hands is letting the enemy know you didn't get the victory. You didn't get the victory. So I need for you, everybody that has a frown on their face, wipe the frown off. Wipe the frown off and start smiling. Why? Because you made it. You're here. He woke you up another day. Saying, good to see you. Good to see you. Good afternoon. Rika, good afternoon. Y'all do me the honors. Tag, share, and invite. Don't be afraid to send your hearts, your emojis. Y'all do that. Let's get the numbers up. Make sure that you all tag, share, and invite. We're going to get ready to get on into this. Want to encourage you. Excuse me. Just want to encourage you on today just a little bit. Just to encourage you. Give you something to help your day flow. Help your day move. Good to see you, Tammy. Good to see you. Summer, good to see you. Good to see you. Each and every one of you all that are tuning in, that are coming on, I'm truly grateful for you. Truly grateful for you. Praying that your day is going good, that it has been well thus far. It's Thursday. You have just about made it to the close of another week. So thank God just for that. The weeks are going by fast. So you can't put off today for tomorrow, because tomorrow will be here instantaneously, just how quick everything is flowing. But let's get right into the word. Once again, everybody, before we start, tag, share, and invite. Go ahead and invite someone. It doesn't matter. Even your enemy, shoot it to them. And then they ask you, well, why did you send that? I did it on accident, but it was on purpose because they need to hear this. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Truly grateful for each and every one of you all tuning in, taking this time out of your busy day, your busy schedule, just to tune in with us. Sandy, all the way from the South Kakalaki. Good to see you. Love you. Love you. Lift those hands up and just tell God thank you. Today we're going to talk about, not going to be before you long, just want to encourage you encourage you today. Just want to encourage you. Today we're going to talk about it don't take much. I'm going to say that again. It don't take much. It don't take much. It don't take much. It was a Sunday afternoon as well. Started that morning. Last Sunday, beautiful. Anticipating the day before. I'm ready for a word. Said I'm waiting on Sunday because I'm ready to hear a word. 4 Sundays is the Sundays that we dedicated to the women, and we had one of our very own Elder Anderson that brought forth the word. And the message was entitled, Grow Through It. So here it is. I'm anticipating that on Saturday. Sunday morning I get up. Beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Very nice. Very nice. I said, Lord, I'm ready for the word. I get in the car, crank the car up. It's doing good. I service all of my vehicles. I make sure that. I make sure all of the vehicles that are in our possessions, I make sure that they're serviced. Y'all will get it in just a moment. I get in the car. I'm dressed. I'm getting in the car. I'm headed now to church. Headed to church because prior to church, I have a meeting that I have to attend to in the conference room at the church. Okay. I'm riding. We're going. I can't remember what I was listening to, but as I was riding, just take it now. I just had the car service. And when they service the car, they checking everything. They are supposed to check everything. I've been going to them for years. They're doing good. I'm riding. Woo, I'm just into it, anticipating. I get on the road to where the church is. The entire car, it shuts off, goes completely dead. Completely dead. I didn't panic. I'm like, what in the world? I'm tripping because I'm like, okay. Anyway, thank God I was on a hill. I was on a hill, coming down the hill, coming down. I was able to coast over to the side. As I was saying, okay, I'm going to coast over here to the side or get in the median. It was somewhere I get in there. I put the car in neutral. Hit it. It crunked back up. I'm like, oh, Lord, okay, thank you. So now I'm driving, not fast. I said, I got to get on to the church. I don't know what's going on with this. Take it. I didn't get out the car to inspect under the hood. Why? Because that should have already been taken care of previously or prior to me doing all that. Whenever I had the car service, all of that was good. He told me everything was good. Okay. The car, as I just said, it had switched off. Everything went dead. Dashboard went dark. The speedometer was stuck. I have an older car. It was stuck on a certain miles per hour. Just stuck there. I'm like, what in the world? But the car crunk up. I'm headed on to the house of God. Headed on to the church. New Generation Beginning Ministry, 4504 Highway 80 West, Montrose, Georgia. I'm headed there. Gets there. Everything's good. I'm like, okay. I gets to the church. Pull in the spot. Get out of the vehicle. I get out of the vehicle. I says, let me try to crank it. Make sure that it's good. I hit it. Nothing. Nothing. I'm like, what in the world? Take it. The battery's good. Alternator's good. All of that is good. I say, you know what? I can't deal with it right now. I have to go in the church. Why? Because I have a meeting that I have to attend. Enjoy service. Spirit of God high. Elder Anderson brought a right now word. Much needed. After service, once we finish doing what needs to be done, I come back out to the car, my vehicle, getting ready to go, leave the church. This is what happens. Prior to leaving, I tell my wife, Lady C, I says, I want you to follow me just in case. I said, because for some odd reason, the vehicle has shut down, or had been cutting out, had been, just cutting off. I don't even know if it's going to crank or whatever. I said, just in case it go out on me while I'm driving, you'll be right there with me. I can pull aside the road. You can get me. Watch this. We riding good. Going through Montrose, headed back toward Dublin. Soon as I get close to the light in the city limits of Dudley, Georgia, right before I get to the light, the car goes completely dead. Everything, black, radio, all of the, CD player, all of that, speedometer, stuck again in this position. I didn't put my foot on the brake. I said, I'm going to coast through it. I had the green light. It's going to make sense after a while. I had the green light. I coasted on through there, went into this store. Went into this store, the parking lot. I was able to coast there, pull up on the side. My wife was behind me. Pull up on the side, up in in the store's parking lot. Get out the car, pull the hood. I'm looking like, man, what is going on? I look at the battery, and there's only a little bit of corrosion that's on the back. Not much at all. Not much at all. In reality, it shouldn't have been anything, because I just had that, because when I get the car serviced, they take care of all of that. They clean the post and all of that. Anyway, it was just a little bit of corrosion. Okay. I call a good friend of mine that have a towing service. I says, well, I'm not going to even try to chance it. I'm going to call him. I call him, let him know what's what. He says, I'm out of town. I can come get you, but it's going to be a couple of hours. I said, I don't have a couple of hours. He said, let me call a friend. Let me call a friend of mine. He said, where are you? I told him my location. He says, I have a friend that's close to the area. Probably about 20, 25 minutes away from the area. I said, okay, give him a call. He said, well, let me call him. I give you a call back. Lo and behold, he called, but then he calls me back and he says, okay. He said he'll be there to you shortly. 5 minutes later, the guy, the individual, watch this, that was 25, 30 minutes away, showed up in 5 minutes. When he get there, I was inside the store, because my window was, I let the window down, and by the car being electric, I couldn't let it up. I went in the store, and this is what I said. I went in the store. I said, I need to get me some trash bag, because I don't want it to rain, whatever, in the car. He was out there, done backed up to the car. I catch him right before, my wife is out there, right before I was getting ready to pull it up on the wrecker. I talked to him. I said, you got here quick. He says, when I got the call, I was in the area. When I got the call from, this buddy of mine, he says, I was in the area. So I came on to you. He says, what I want you to do first, pull the hood. I said, okay, I pulled the hood. I lifted it up because it was already pulled, and I lifted it. He looks, he goes directly to the battery. He said, what is it doing? I said, it's not doing anything whatsoever. He looks at the battery. He says, he grabbed the battery post, the cable, and he says, this is going to be the problem. I said, I just had all of that checked when I had the car serviced. And he says, it has corrosion on it. I said, but it's not much. He says, it don't take much to kill the connection. God, listen to me. He said, it don't take much to kill the connection. Because if it's not making the connection, watch this, there is no way that it can keep the power to keep the car going. And if you're riding off just the alternator, after the alternator, watch this, get to a point, you get all the power out of that. Why? Because it's not interchanging with the battery and the alternator. It's not powering one another. So you pull in power from one where the other one has no power, or it has power, but you can't get to it, all because there's a little bit of corrosion there. I said, okay. I said, I'm with you. He says, it doesn't take much to kill your power. He says, instead of me towing the vehicle, since I know your friend, and if I know him, if that is your friend, you're a friend of mine. He says, what I want you to do, clean off these cables, get it to the house. He did something. He said, you don't even need to jump it off because the battery's not dead. You don't need to jump it off. You need to clean it. You have to clean it because even though it's not but a little bit of corrosion, it has separated you from your source of power. A little bit of corrosion made the whole car go dead. Couldn't do anything. He turns it enough. Watch this. And then he says you need to also tighten the cable once you clean it because it's tight but not tight. So he did it with his hand, turned it, it crunk up. He says, what I want you to do, wherever you're going to take the car, let me give you my card. If you're taking the car home, he says, I will follow you. If the car cut off again, I will tow it. I will tow it out of the road wherever it need to be, and we'll handle the situation, but try to get it home. I said, my wife is here. He says, here's my card. It doesn't matter the time they are. Just call me if you need me. Listen to me good. It took just a little bit of corrosion, a little something that wasn't on the negative, that was on the positive post, that separated the true connection that was needed to keep the vehicle going. I said all that to say this. I know I went the long way around. Each and every one of us, all of you, under the sound of my voice, I want to tell you this. It don't take much to have you disconnected from where you were, from what you once had, or from what you was connected to. It don't take much to separate it and cause you to shut down. What is it that's in your life? What is it that is in your life? What is the corrosion that is in your life that's causing you to shut down before you get to your destination? What is it that is in your life that is causing you to cut off in a dangerous situation or hazardous situation in the middle of the road? What is it? What type of corrosion have found its way to your good side, your positive side, and caused it to not function the way that it should? And now you're wondering, why am I feeling like this? Why am I acting like this? Why is my body going through this? What type of corrosion? See, we expect it to be a whole lot. We expect the big things to shut us down. But the word of God says it's the small foxes that spoil the vine. What? Listen to me. We tend to look over the small things. See, watch this. Back to the car. Even though I had the car serviced, I felt as though there was no need for me to go under the hood because they supposed to have done that. I paid them to do a job. That taught me a vital lesson. You can pay them to do a job, but just because you pay them does not mean that the pay was for a job well done. They get paid for their time. I'm not saying that they didn't get rid of the corrosion. Evidently they didn't, because it don't happen that fast. Corrosion is something that builds up over, somebody say, time. In other words, When you're having a moment, when you have gotten in tune with God, when you have been in his presence, woo, there's an enemy just waiting to deposit a little bit of corrosion in your life to kill everything or to try to make you sabotage everything that you just encountered. Why is it that the corrosion mainly sets up on the positive? Why? Because when you got a mindset to run on, when you have a mindset to keep moving, when you have the mindset to say, it doesn't matter what's going on around me, it doesn't matter what's happening, I'm going to still give God what rightfully belongs to him, my time. I'm getting to his presence. The enemy tries, watch this, to send some corrosion. Watch this. Just because he sends it does not mean that you don't have the ability to get rid of it. You just have to take the time to find the problem. I hope that I'm helping somebody. I hope that I'm helping someone on today. He said it don't take much, but there is a solution. Can I give y'all the solution? Keep a check on your own spirit. Quit allowing everybody else to monitor what's going on with you when you're the one feeling the pains, when you're the one that's feeling the consequence, when you're the one that's feeling whatever it is that's going on within you. When you feel it, deal with it. When you see it, tend to it. Come on. If corrosion is there, watch this. Even though they make stuff that you can spray on the terminal that says it will kill the erosion. It'll kill what it sees, but it don't kill what's in between the post and the cable. It kills what's on it. So even though, watch this, even though the outside could be looking good, can be corrosion free, and it's still causing you problem, it's not what's on the outside. It's what's on the inside that's stopping you from making the connection. Woo, it's the hidden things. See, because corrosion can get in places that you least expect it, just like dust. It doesn't matter how well you clean your house. Dust still have a way of finding itself in to your dwelling place, your dwelling space. It don't take much, but there is a solution. In order for you to function the way that God is desiring for you to go, watch this. Corrosion is, we're not exempt from corrosion. It's going to come. But when it shows up, it only shows up on the place of power. It only shows up on the positive. It only shows up on the part that's doing something. So for everyone under the sound of my voice, I'm going to get ready to let you go. If you feel in your spirit, if you're feeling something abnormal, if you're feeling, you wake up and you're not feeling yourself, check your spirit. See if there's some corrosion somewhere, because sometimes it can be a connection that you just connected to that really don't want you connected to it, or not it want to be connected to you, but it want to drain you of everything that you own. It want to sift you of all your power. Check for corrosion. Check for corrosion. The man that owned this towing company that came to me in 5 minutes, all because he said I was in the local area. I want to tell you this. I want to tell you this. I have to tell you this. It doesn't matter what it is. All you have to do. Can we take it another direction? He's a very present help in the time. So he's a very present help. All you have to do, whenever I see corrosion while I'm cleaning, I'm calling. While I'm tightening, I'm talking. Clean the corrosion. It made my whole vehicle shut completely down in the middle of the road. And all the power I had was nothing. All I could do was allow the car to roll to a place that it stopped in order to get it crunked back up again. Sometimes, let me tell you how it works. When corrosion gets on, it'll hit you at a place or in a time in your life when you say everything is good. Oh, I thank God for this. It hits you when you don't have a high time. We had a high time in church on Sunday. But watch this. I didn't allow that to make me upset because it shut down. I didn't. I could have went to blaming myself. But I was so thankful and still thanking God for being in his presence. Why? Because it could have stopped somewhere else where no help was, where no phone service was. I wish somebody would talk to me. It don't take much. Get rid of the corrosion. Just a little bit. I want to tell you, there is a solution. There is a solution. And in order for the solution to work, you have to work it. You have to work it. Y'all be encouraged. I pray I said something to you on today that encouraged you. It don't take much. Check for the spots in your life. I look at the battery. When the man that came to tow the vehicle, I look at the battery. And before I can open my mouth, he says, yeah, it don't take much. But before you go spend all that money by taking it to a shop, clean it yourself. You can do that. To me, that was God's angel sent to me just to give me that word. Bless me tremendously. Blessed me tremendously. It blessed me. It blessed me. I get the car home, do my due diligence. I did. I cleaned them off good. Now, watch this. The vehicle is firing up. It's not sluggish. Every time I hit it, it fires up. Watch this. But that does not mean, it does not mean that it's corrosion free, where that is exempt from corrosion. Because corrosion gonna come again. But this time, when it shows up, I deal with it. Quit waiting or putting something off. When you see the problem, deal with it then. That's all that I wanted to say. That's all that I wanted to say. When you see the problem, go ahead and deal with it. Corrosion is because it wants to disconnect your connection. It wants to separate you from your source of power. Don't allow it to happen. Y'all be encouraged. I pray I said something on today that encouraged you. I pray I said something. If so, my cash app is on the screen. $H channel 3. Start sowing. Whatever it is. Sow as high as you see yourself going. Am I making sense to you? Wherever it is you're desiring to go, I want to tell somebody you're so close. Get rid of the corrosion. Then you'll start back cranking. Y'all, am I making sense to you? Get rid of the corrosion, then you start. In other words, when you get rid of corrosion, then you can start operating in that you know you're supposed to be operating in. You're too close to your blessing, miracle, breakthrough. You're too close to allow just a little bit to disconnect you from all that he has for you. Once again, my cash app is on the screen, $H channel 3. Pray I said something that encouraged you all. There you go. Don't be afraid to disconnect. Don't be afraid to get rid of the corrosion. And while you're cleaning, the corrosion, wear gloves. Put something on your hand. Clean. If not, you need, as soon as you get done, clean your hands up. Get rid of it. Wash your hands of it. Am I making sense to you? When you clean the mess, now wash your hands to get rid of it and say it's done. Start back moving. I pray I said something to empower each and every one of you all on today. I pray I said something. It's been your level up moment. It's been your level up moment. I've done my part. Now it's up to you to get rid of your corrosion. I paid the man, watch this, to service my vehicle, the place I've been going to for years. I paid them for a job, but I never checked behind them. That tells me now, just because you take it, that don't mean that they're going to do you a just service. Sometimes you got to look back and just see, am I making sense to you? Because everybody, watch this, don't care. You got some people that really don't matter if it's good or not. They just want the money. But I've been going there for years, but it's been a turnover. Check the corrosion. Check it. If it's in the house, check the corrosion. If it's on your job, check the corrosion. See where it is. Eliminate it. I got to get ready to get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, let me share this right here with you. Let me share this right here with you. On this Friday, tomorrow at 7 p.m. sharp, they're having a women's 2023 women's conference. And guess what? Yours truly is one of the speakers. I am one of the speakers. It's going to be held at Christ Temple of Mercy. Christ Temple of Mercy. Y'all can pull that up. It's going to be on Moore Station Road. Y'all come out. Looking forward to having a high time. All of you all bring someone. Let's go higher. Let's go higher. I believe that God is in the process, that he's going to do something mightily magnificent on tomorrow night, 7 p.m. sharp. I will be speaking. 2023 Women's Conference. Christ Temple of Mercy on Moore Station Road. I don't have the exact address, but y'all can pull it up. It's on Moore Station Road. I think it's 3315. There's something of the sort. But y'all join me there. Until then, I look forward to seeing each and every one of you all. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you all. Until next time, I'm out of here. Get rid of the corrosion. Be encouraged.